So we'll start with going in the draw box. You can find so many tools that can help us to draw so many types of entities. Let's start with a line. The first question asked by the command is that what is the first point? You're going to specify the first point. Then it will ask you what is the next point. The next point you can write down using your own keyboard or just select it by your cursor. Write the distance that you're going to move in the x-axis and the y-axis. Let's say that I will have 4,000 on the x-axis, 4,000 millimeters, and 3,000 millimeters in the y-axis. So this is my line. I'll click enter to be done with my line. So that's it. I can zoom in to see it more clearly. Now this is the line that has the distance that I had selected from the x and y axis. Of course, the important thing here is that I have to write at before writing x and y, so it can measure the distance from the point I started. Now if I go ahead and measure the distance in here, I can find that it gives me the distance in the x-axis and it can give me the distance in the y-axis. Again, I'll make the y-axis or the x-axis to show you how the distances are done. So this is the first way I want to show you. Now I'll show you another way to do the same the same line or different line, but we will have a little different way of doing the measurements. So of course in this case I'll have to write at, then the distance, for example 5,000. Now I'll write an angle. For example, I want angle 60, so I have to write smaller than 60. Instead of having x and y, I will have only the distance less than 60, so it can give me the distance and the angle together. So this is the way it can show this. So I'll measure it again and show you the dimension. So I'll have the distance, which is 5,000 as I want, and I will have an angle. Of course, I have to have a horizontal line that allow me to find the angle between. So now I can go and click on the angle, find how much between these two. It's 60. So this is the second type. I can also draw so many lines one beside the other, and I can start the drawing just by clicking L. No need to click on the draw box because sometimes it's time consuming to go to the draw box. You can just click L and enter, so you can start this order. Now I'll click again on the line. I'll start drawing a kind of a shape. So whatever distances, you can do exactly the same method I show you, but you can also use the ortho in orders. This is the ortho that allows you to, this is in here, this is the ortho mode. You can click F8, so you can only move horizontal and vertical. That's an option for you. So you can move whatever distance. But in case you want to, again, click F8, you will stop using the ortho. So you can freely move with any angle in here and just draw whatever shape you want. Now, after you're done, you can click C, enter, then that's it. The shape is done. In here, as you can see, the lines are all together, joined in all the points in here. But they are separate entities. As you can see, when I select them, I need to select each one separately. In case I want all of them together in one line, I need to draw a polyline. So I click on Polyline and draw it exactly in the same method that I have told you about. You can use the XY or you can use the angle and move ahead and just, go ahead and move along the distance or all the area that you want to have. And here you go. This is a one entity. Now, if I want to have all these lines into one entity, just like the polyline. If you have used the line and you aimed to have a one body, then you need to have a join method. So I will go to the draw box, the modify box. I'll click on the join. This is join. So I click on join, or I can just write join in the command box, and I can select the whole entities and click enter. That's it. They now all as one body. Okay, this is about the join. So what about this polyline, in case I want it into smaller entities? So I just want to break it down. In that case, I will have another command, which is explode. I click on explode, and I just go back to the polyline, click on it, enter, and here we go. They are now in separate entities. So that's it for today. I just want to show you how the lines are done. We've got about this. We have done, I'll use the span so I can move in here. We talked about how we can use the X and Y axis to draw a line. So we can reference it to the first point. The second method is to use this line using the length of it and the angle that it moves from this line in here as a reference, which is the x-axis, positive x-axis, and we can continue drawing several lines one after the other and end up with C in order to close it all, exactly closing at the right points, and the polyline in order to have one body out of so many lines. At the end, also we will learn how to join lines into one body and to explode. For further information and a little bit more advanced materials, we can have different tutorials next time. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and like. All the best. Bye.